You're welcome.
Zen? Do you wanna fly?
No one can hide. The Mercy's attacking me, dude.
I don't know. Sitting high ground.
What? That wasn't a headshot?
It's kind of hard for me to see the positions everyone's playing
Okay.
from this point of view.
No.
Yeah, it's
No way she
unlucky.
hit me. And I didn't.
Dude, this is hit.
Monkey no yum, this man. He's in church.
Widowmaker just comes out of nowhere, dude.
That's why you gotta stand on the high ground, man. Like you gotta like A and D.
Monkey.
I know, but I was trying to shoot that Doomfist.
I know, but you can do that by A and Ding on the ledge. You know,
He's
No, he was out of line. Like he was behind the wall. Like I did.
could have done it from the other side. I don't know. Like, just try to like avoid being in the air against Widow. See, now's when you want to just like fuck with them. Oh,
Sam.
oh, is that on the bridge?
Yeah, I landed on the bridge. I thought I was going
I
over.
went that way. Yeah, me too.
Hello?
I can't blame you for that one.
Hi. Okay, just making sure.
Ooh, there's some tilt coming in. This isn't good.
Get back, Sonny. Get back, Sonny. Send back. Alright, we can touch here. We just have to come back.
Monkey's hit. Monkey's hit.
Monkey backline. He's going.
Widow's top right.
Monkey ulted.
Alright,
Monkey ulted.
point. I'm going. I'm pushing down.
Diva's hit. Diva's hit.
Doomfist is low. There's a Widow Ivy. Mercy.
Wonder what the Doomfist purpose is with this comp.
Good deal. Send back.
I'm on Zen. I'm on Zen.
They are just fucking with us, dude. 100%.
If they were fucking with you, they wouldn't run a Doomfist with dive comp and Widowmaker.
Zen's one.
They'd be running like some meme ass shit, man.
They run me shit.
They did, yeah. They ran
Less
for
Monkey's on point.
Yeah. They have a lot of picks. No tank.
I'm gonna die. I'm dead.
I live somehow.
I don't know. I feel like maybe there is something to do with Doomfist here.
I mean, the Doomfist wasn't popping.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, like this, just because they have Doomfist, that doesn't look like this is a meme comp. I feel like they'd normally run this. They probably just practice it.
But still, I think Bree's play in the other game was fucking insane.
Thank you.
Seriously, like they got really scared. I did this time.
Wow, she got the legendary commendation.
Why is my chat dead? Is like the stream not working?
Alright, so.
You got that long waist.
Oh, you switching here?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan, Brigida, Junkrat.
I don't know. They might leave right away after this game. Oh, true. Thank you for spanking us. I mean, thank you for absolutely spanking me.
I needed someone to call daddy. Thank you.
Okay, so they're on Orisa, the Doomfist again.
The fist. They're going point. Let's go left. Oh!
Alright, we're back.
Who's low?
Oh, I don't have the defense, by the way. It cut off for some reason. I just have the attack.
That's okay.
Who's your attendees team?
Okay, Brigida. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, pretty much with this comp. Alright, no, this comp makes sense. So, what they're trying to do here is they're trying to support their Widow with an Orisa shield, right? If you don't have anything to threaten her, which you don't, then she just can play wherever she wants, right? And your Doomfist, the Doomfist, his purpose is to play synergized with the Brigida because of the armor pack being so strong. Since he can just dive in and get like insta burst healed. And if you noticed, every time you walk in, he uses his E, shift, and then he punches out, right? And that's like the standard Doomfist combo. So that's what they're trying to do here. So this is what you need to be watching out for in this situation. You need to figure out a way to stop this Doomfist from just rotating cooldowns on.
He was like, hell yeah, and you're like,
Widow's the Widow.
they're so mean. Alright, we can walk into them. We need to walk into them. Hold shield, hold W. Hold shield, hold W.
Widow
Okay, so sorry about that. Let me rewind a bit because I was doing something. I apologize. Okay, so
We can walk into them. We need to walk into them. Hold shield and hold W. Hold shield, hold W.
Widow's playing left.
Yeah, left.
I hit her one.
pretty much they're just like out spamming your shield right now because they're like halting you and slowly backing up.
He's out. He's out. He's out.
So you gotta like this is sort of again like a this might not be a compositional problem, but this is like a planning problem. But see again, this Doomfist is just like
He's
coming in and
Yeah, I don't
like
feel like I'm doing
shifting
anything
every
like that.
time.
Okay, I have full lessons. Let's do this for one more push, and then we can swap. So let's try and use ults if we can. We need to just.
There's still not really a distinct, clear plan. There's just okay. So now the plan is to just like walk straight into them, right? Which isn't always a bad plan, but like
You ain't gonna ever shoot.
they also have a lot of ults and stuff. So
Yeah. Okay, let's swap. Kylie back to
Did you like that shield cupcake?
Widow. It was good. And then hide if you could go Zen.
oh, that was a little far of a skip. Oops. Yeah, whatever.
She's
That'll do.
alone.
She's on floor.
Not her too.
Go left, guys. Go left. We need. Well, I need to hold shield.
Shielding. Go.
Sorry.
Grab.
You should have waited for that. So pretty much like tires are most effective when the enemy is like distracted, you know. So like, you should have waited till your team like dropped down to start fighting them, which I assume is what your team wants to do from here.
Point. You wanna drop? Yeah, drop.
They're on their shield. Someone keep chatting.
Okay, this is a perfect situation for you, Bree.
Yeah, spam it.
You're peeking too far now though. You should have stayed up there, I think, and just like played safely.
He's right here. Brigitte.
Oh, Doomfist? I thought you were talking about the Widow.
Widow's up top. We have no one to contest her.
I need healing. The Doomfist is just spawn camping me. I couldn't do shit.
Oh my god.
Well, we couldn't like help.
Yeah, so that was sort of like a compositional and planning problem, just like before. Like, I don't know, you guys aren't really like thinking about what they're doing. I guess like this Doomfist did the same thing for like 4 minutes straight. He just waited for you guys to walk in. He came in, E, and then shifted, and then punched out. Right. So you have to either plan for this, like save your Brigida stun for him or something. Like they don't have a Zarya, right? So if he comes in like that and your Brigida stuns him, you can melt him. That's like an option. You know what I mean? But we're not really making like calls for that sort of stuff to happen. We're sort of just like, okay, we're gonna walk into them this fight, or like, all right, let's stay on this comp for one more fight, and then you walk in, like the fight happens. There's still not a lot of calls being made, like, you know, pressure this person off high ground, or like try to take this space from them, or focus shield. There's not enough of that going on, you know. And that's like,
Wait, this guy's.
it's like really like becoming apparent against like this team, um, because they have like set strategies and like ideas of what they want to do and like how to do them, right? And they're probably also calling like how like what they should be doing to beat your comp, right? But there's not any like counterplay being made. It's just like most of your calls are, and this isn't just a cupcake thing either, right? Like, you guys should all be thinking together about like what their composition, like how they're beating your composition, right? Is it the Widow? Is it the Doomfist? Like, what are they doing? What can you abuse? That sort of stuff. But we're just like not. There's not enough strategy going on. I guess is the problem here. It's just like let's just go in with this comp and sort of just fight them type of mentality. I mean, other than that though, like I think this could have been actually like winnable for you guys. Like, Kylie died to their Widow like 2 times over like the 37 minutes. So I mean, just saying, you know, maybe you could have played around Kylie. Like you could have like focused on more Widow heavy compositions and like take positioning for Kylie and just like get her a lot of sightlines. You could like there's a few different things you could have done. You know, it's just someone has to be making those strategic calls, I guess, and no one was. But it's okay. Do we have VODs of you in scrims?
Yeah, I got some VODs. Hold on, I'll lanky link.
Alrighty.
These are like amplified black though, so
Do we have any VODs of playing as good teams?
I think somebody said they had VODs from this weekend when we played against that. Always from the other team. Hold on.
Okay. Cause like, I mean, don't tell Amp Black I said this or anything, but yikes.
Nobody linked the ones from prior to Open Div, and I only have first person of those. But I don't know. I think Toxic might have third person them, or our assistant manager. But there's no links, and they're not online for me to ask them.
Okay, well, I mean, I have VODs of other teams playing. If you want to go over those, might even have like we could even use some contenders VODs. I know you guys have access to like an EU contenders team. If you want to go over that, we could even do some. Well, I mean, Cupcake's not here, so we can't really do map reviews or anything. So, I guess we can watch another team and sort of go over what they do, and I guess kind of talk about how we can talk about how like strategy call is like put into a team, I suppose, like making mid fight strategy and stuff like that. Let me see if I have any VODs to use for that. Hold on. Ooh, these are kind of old. Alright, hold on, wait. Okay, this was with Dong. Okay, here. So, ignore our team's main feeder. Okay, but here, I'm gonna go ahead and pop in a video of my team playing. All right, and hopefully we can go over some of the stuff that we do. Let me send a quick message.
Wait, I know the Mercy in the blue team.
Yeah, they're a really good they're
It's
a really good
Fraga,
team.
it's you.
Is it Peppa Pig a Mercy main?
He's a really good Lucia. But I'm gonna be quiet now. Okay. Just wanted to point out that I know him and I met him IRL.
Did you meet him at LAN?
Actually, yes, I did. He was jacked.
What's the blue team?
I don't remember.
Did you win?
No, they shat on us.
Are you serious?
Hmm.
Dang.
Actually, it may have been close. What do you think?
Widow is north.
I think they did shit on us.
Huh. Well, I just looked over and saw that really fast, so.
It's because of this guy though. This guy like he's our team's most recent deduction, and yeah. Anyway, this is like other team drama, so don't worry about it. But yeah, like they did pretty. They're a pretty good team, man. They kind of shit on us.
Go drunk,
But okay, so
5, 4, 3,
is there on the other side we go for a lift, I think?
1.
When we try to go to get from distance between us?
The rat trap. Rat trap dead.
okay, so already like straight off the bat, we're making calls about like if they're on Orisa, then we should go this way, right? That's like our first call. Like before we even get out of spawn, we're already like if they're on Orisa, let's try going for it left, right? because I think the maps we played before, they were pretty Orisa intensive, right? So we know like we know to like try to play against that.
Mercy,
Ryan, Jake Rat.
So now we're calling out composition.
They have a widow, watch
Sure,
out.
whatever, own widow, yeah. Junkyard on Niagara.
Jump and spam. Please jump.
Okay,
Yep.
she's low.
They're running the exact same comp.
I can, the Junkyard's on Niagara, I can res, actually. I got the res off, I think. Widow's main.
Okay, so like right now, pretty much what we're doing is we're trying to like we're taking our time and trying to consider like how we have to play to like get through this, because the Widow Junkrat is like super strong because we can't just like walk past them. You know what I mean? So it's gonna take a lot of like planning to like try to break through this.
Okay, we have health.
Push in, let's push in.
We have to try to get through the door. We just have to stun him.
Look to stun Reinhardt, look to stun
Ryan is
Reinhardt.
squatted, he's low.
Back for a stun on Ryan.
Do it.
Very low.
Nice.
We're good.
Okay, so like right here, this is an example of like a mid-fight strategy, right? Someone said all we have to do is look for a stun on the Reinhardt so we can kill him, right? I fucked up by not calling my first stun,
Okay, we
right?
have health.
Push in, let's push in.
We have to try to get through the door. We just have to stun him.
Look to stun Reinhardt, look to stun
Ryan is
Reinhardt.
squatted.
Okay, so like, you heard that call, right? So now our plan is we stun the Ryan and then we melt him, right? I messed up because I did it before I called my before he called that, but also I didn't call that I was going for the stun.
Low.
This is my first time playing Vegeta in a scrim, like in a high level scrim. So.
Oh, I guess.
Widow stun. Left side. Widow dinked. I can't.
No, what the fuck?
Mercy dead.
Oh my, oh, pick me.
Res off.
Oh, that's my
Ryan, Randy squad.
You keep fighting for me.
I'm solo.
Widow top left.
Yeah, so pretty much like, even though we're getting like cremated, like we're trying to like make plays like mid-fight. We're not just saying like, okay, let's play this comp and let's try to hold W into them, right? Like we played for information. We're talking about like if they have this, we do this. Like we need to look for a stun on the Reinhardt, stuff like that, right? And this is like that mid-fight strategy that someone has to make. It should be like a mixture of all of you, but someone has to be able to call like, all right, this is happening, so we have to do
Just do the
this.
same thing.
Like-
Look to stun the Reinhardt and we just burst him. We just burst
You
him
mean to
down.
only to focus him?
Yeah. We killed the main tank and
balls,
these
yeah,
devils. Where is she?
It's hit 230, I think.
230 for us.
They were rallying.
Yeah, we can rally back, fall back, we can rally too.
We almost have it.
Fire.
I hit him fire. Wait, hold it.
Yeah, after tire. Okay, nice. I'm rallying. Everyone get around.
We can even tire to push in.
West side. Just like up close to the door.
Okay,
We
I'll
just focus
fire.
Reinhardt. We just focus Reinhardt. Oh,
I'll
never mind.
fire.
It's huge. Keep shield up, I'm resting, keep shield up. Alright, push in.
Oh, your bridge is back. You just don't have a
Back,
Zen.
on them. Yeah.
You still have advantage.
Zen, the Zen,
Focus
left
targets?
Zen.
I'm on Zen right now.
We need to push in, we need to push in.
Zen's
Zen's alone.
point.
Go point. What else on that ground? Yeah.
Careful. I've got that above you.
But yeah, so like that's pretty much just like the example I wanted to use for like how calls should be, right? Because right now it seems like your calls are like almost only target calling and like I'm diving, right? But there's not enough like other information going on, like positional calls. There's not calls for like what you need to look for during the fight other than targets, right? Like, and there's not like the objectives that you do set are usually like we need to pressure Widow or something, but how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like you need everyone to be on the same page. Like saying we need to take high ground and force the Widow to drop. That's like way more concise and like way more, well, not concise, but it's like way more simple to understand and like do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you need to like make a conscious effort to do as a team. There's not really like a whole lot more for me to teach you from these like other team bods, I don't think. Are we like, do we have any VODs stored up anywhere?
I just have the Amplify ones from Thursday.
Alright, well I mean I guess we can go over it, I suppose.
Okay, I'll drop them in the... I messaged Toxic to see if she had the ones from this weekend, but she hasn't got back to me, so I'll just give you these ones.
Okay.
Here's the first one. And I'll send you the next three.
Let's do okay, Ilios. Here we go.
No,
Your guys' favorite.
I love Elios.
you're a pharaoh.
So Swedish meatballs, like the national dish.
You're a widow man. You should love Ilios too.
Yeah, for real.
But everyone else just becomes widow mains on Ilios.
Everyone else becomes pheromones on Elios.
the whole time.
But you're better at Pharaoh v Pharaoh than I am
Oh, like this.
at Widow v Widow.
So,
Was it this cursor in the screen? What the fuck?
isn't that true?
Yeah, she
Like,
said that her
just,
curse is
like,
in the
white people
screen because
countries?
of the overlay.
It's bugged.
Just
Turn
You
off
have to
overlay.
restart.
Why do people use Discord overlay?
Just smells like really boring.
I don't think it's because of that. I think it's just a game glitch.
Potatoes and stuff.
I like Discord overlay, but maybe that's just because of mumble.
You
I don't
stole
know.
the potatoes from the
Anyway.
Irish. Don't play.
Okay.
I can. Oh, is this where I play Lucio? Nice.
Oh, I was thinking of WoW.
What?
I'm an
Hell
idiot.
yeah.
Whatever,
I've
this
never
works.
seen you guys run this comp.
This works.
It works.
Why is
Because I'm a fragger. I'm a Lucio
You would've
fragger.
gotten away
You
with
watch.
Yeah. If it weren't for you meddling kids.
How do you play Lucio? Are you going main? Or
Just
go
play
bot?
I'm a fragger. How do I play Lucio?
okay? This is good. This Zen is like all. Why is he taking so long to die? Jeez, that mega. Okay, so that's good. That's really good. Okay, they're feeding. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't really know if this is gonna be the best VOD to go over, cause like that fight didn't even last like long enough for anyone on your team to make a mistake. They just like kept going like they're like lemmings.
Bree, do you poke? Like, be way up in the air, do you poke?
You know?
Going under again.
Right. So right now you guys are holding right here. You're trying to prevent them from walking out and taking the short path to point since they're on Ryan, which is good.
Ryan's kind of low. I have barrage.
Okay, you can barrage here. Okay, one point. Nice job.
Wow.
I DM'd you. We can take Sam.
fuck you up.
Nice job.
That was like the one time I was next to you when you were barraging.
That's not good. You need to
Nice job, guys.
call when you're looking for barrages more.
Yeah. Here,
The
I'll-
defense matrix is so important for your barrages. So
Let me come back for that armor. Where the fuck is the armor?
I have 750 health. What the hell?
You're going up high ground. McCree's hit. McCree's hit.
McCree high ground. Sen drop by himself. Sen.
Oh, shut down.
We need to get on the Hanzo.
okay, so you guys are really split up here.
Hanzo on point. This is Sen on point.
Okay, now the call comes in. You guys all regroup. That's really good.
I need assistance. He's low. I was trying to move on.
Yeah, I don't know. The toxic not respond. Like,
Not yet, no.
okay.
You don't like my Lucio play?
I mean, it's not that. It's just like,
I just skip around the point.
are these guys still your scrim partners?
I think they are this week, and then not again the week after that.
Okay. Cause you're not gonna gain anything from these guys.
I really like our weekend scrim partners.
Yeah, I like these guys too, but they can't play at the same time as us. They're like 10 to midnight, and that's too late for me and Atan.
Who are they?
Some guys we ran into, we played quick play games before Open Div, and they were practicing too, and then we just scrimmed them before Open Div for like an hour.
Oh, cool.
They were memeing us a little bit last time, though.
They were-
They were, I don't remember exactly how.
I mean, I have the first person bot of that, but no third person.
Me and the other widow talk sometimes. Like, oh, those are some good shots in this point, blah blah blah.
They were like, no offense.
Widow Tea Party.
Yeah.
I don't know, or something.
What was that?
I think they're comp too. I don't remember. Never mind.
I literally can't hear you.
So like we said they asked us and we said we were 5-0 and they said like no offense, but how is that possible?
Oh yeah, they did
And
say
they were
that.
like destroying us.
Weren't they like just 4-1 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Weren't they mad about that?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Well, I mean, if I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't really know what we do from here because we don't have any VODs that I think you guys can learn from because these guys just are like way
So-
below your level.
On
Shouldn't we do
Sunday-
VODs of the open div matches on Saturday
We have first person of those.
against the team that was even with us, and we went 5 games?
Oh, I can do that.
Alright, I'll send you the VOD for that too.
Didn't Cupcake stream it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it from her POV. See if that shows
I like it better
more.
because you can see through the walls
Yeah,
where everyone is.
yeah. Alright, let me see here. Where are they?
I think it would be, yeah, that one is really good. Like, we shouldn't go over Dorado though, because we like rolled them on Dorado, but we
No,
we
like
struggled on, yeah, we struggled so hard on Hanamura. That would be a really good one to review.
What was the other one we lost? Fucking Oasis.
Okay, so
Oasis was close though. We were like 99, 99, 1-1.
We lose on maps that are like close.
who? Sorry to interrupt you, but what was like? Is this the team that you played against? They had Smagic, Kadisk, the Red Man. Does that sound familiar?
The other Widow's name is Bruce.
This is the main tank of the scrim tournament we did on the weekend.
Oh yeah, Caddis, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Bruce. I see it. Yeah. Okay, so then this is the team you played against, right?
No, that's the team we
During
scrimmed.
your match?
That's our scrims, yeah.
Okay, so then wait, is it later in this? Okay, so then this is the VOD of you playing against Flo. So it must have been before like this one. These just say scrims though. Oh, maybe she didn't have a. No, she definitely did because she sent me like a clip.
Of the Saturday ones?
She definitely was
It's
streaming it.
100%.
Yeah, she was
there.
100% streaming it.
It says, I think it says scrims because it was scrims and then she changed it in the middle of it, so it records, or the VOD says scrims, but it doesn't mean it is. Wait.
Let me see.
May 5th.
Eileen's right.
May 5th?
Yes.
Hello.
Hey, Cupcake.
What's up?
Welcome back. We need your VOD of the Saturday match.
Okay. Don't judge me. I played Garb. Yeah, it's that one. I had to restart it because. Wait.
Wait.
Scrims or open div?
Open
The
div.
open div match.
It's that
Oh.
one. I promise you it's that one.
Yeah, it is that one. Okay, I am here now. I played like bot 100% of all games.
This one?
Yes.
Do we need to allowed to for stall?
No, I
That's
got-
it.
I'm so cringy.
Sunny, I'm healing Sunny.
It's okay.
You're offline. Okay.
It's okay,
So Kylie
Cupcake. We're
and
not
Hyde,
like
I want you guys
judging
to
it.
try and take high ground. Sunny and Atan, if we get there before them, I want you guys to play
I feel like I know
forward
this guy,
on the
or
walls
Ryan.
in front of the point, and then me and Bree are
I
gonna
thought
be
I did
looking for
too.
poke, and they're gonna
Added
hopefully
him.
have a hard time pushing through there, okay?
Like, he just sounds familiar. Alright,
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay, do
He's probably a tank player too,
yeah,
yeah?
keep him
Yeah,
in
he's
there, keep him in
making
there.
Yep.
Keep him
I
in
feel
there,
like I
keep
know
doing
him.
damage, keep
I
doing
don't know
poke.
where from.
Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Stay.
He seemed familiar to me too. Like his
Brie, I
name.
need you to play above them more, if you can. Sunny, I'm healing Sunny right now.
I think Bree was
Don't
playing in
he's
a
mean, he's
like
away
good
with you, he's away
position
with you,
there.
he's out in the open.
Cause if she's playing above them like this, she can only see like, if you think like geometrically speaking, right?
Yeah, I get it.
You can only see like this much. Yeah.
I was doing that because I could spam in the door, and then also I
Yeah.
could. There was cover. Like if I'm up in the air like that, and they come out with a, you know, Hanzo or something, they can just one shot me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she was playing in a good position there. But anyway.
I
that's
think I
besides the
told her to go up more so that way I could see like other shit. Like I was able to see the Junkrat. But
point. Fair enough.
Junkrat directed. Junkrat directed. Help our tanks. Help our tanks.
Okay. This, when they push out like this, you guys should be like rotating away from them. Like, you guys, even though they're contesting the point, you shouldn't be like trying to fight them here. Because if they cap and get like 5% to 10%, it's better than if like you die. You know what I mean? So, like, even though the objective is enabled, you guys should be like leaving.
it's winnable. It's winnable.
It's very winnable. We still have
So see, Bree would have gotten this pick on the Junkrat before you guys took all that damage if you had just left, right? And you would have been able to re-engage as a team. And if this was a good team, you would have been able to convert way easier since, you know, it's like, you're up a pick.
We need to kill the Brigitte. The Brigitte needs to die. Alright, get them the Moira. Get on the Moira first. Moira first. Moira one. Fight, don't chase off point. Play the walls.
Okay, that's a
Play the
good call.
Play the
Playing walls, not chasing off point.
Alright? Don't use it here because it's
I'm doing the bad thing.
Do you still want me to keep recording this, Cupcake?
Now is okay. I mean, it's good to have anyways, but
Okay.
Saying lower? Get on the Rhine. Get on the Rhine. Get on the Rhine.
Is that yes or no?
I would like it if you did, yes.
Okay.
So laughing at I was doing the bad thing. You know what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm still doing it right now.
They're gonna slam here.
Bad habit.
Nice job.
Don't tell them. Don't out me.
No, I wouldn't
Okay,
learn.
I won't out you.
No, it's like a thing that I think only I do.
Pushing them.
I've seen one other person do it before. I don't know what triggers it, but they were also calling. So like that might be, it might just be like a tick, you know?
I think
That,
it
that would
is.
make sense.
I
Yeah,
only
look, that,
do it when I call.
yeah, I think it's just like a like
Okay.
tension reliever. You know what I mean?
They're tired.
Yeah.
Like jumping over and over
Yeah.
again.
Good beat. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Good.
Good. Use yours. Tanks, you're allowed to for stall.
No,
That's it.
I don't think your tank should ult for stalling.
We're stalling.
You can get value out of tank ults if you do them
Yeah,
correctly.
but I wanted to get to 95.
It's winnable.
It was not really
It's okay.
winnable.
I'm healing Brie. I'm healing Brie.
Sorry,
Kill the Rhine. Kill the Rhine. Kill the Rhine.
What's Zarya?
You guys popped a lot of ults,
I'm coming back. Brie.
and
Okay.
Yeah, we called winnable when it wasn't.
but look at the time, man.
I know, but we had also gotten picks on top of that.
I know, but
Okay.
you know what the
Get on Rhine,
consistent
get
play
on the Rhine,
is.
get on the Rhine.
Yeah.
If you have picks, that should be even less reason to use ults, because that means that the only way they can equalize the fight is by using their own ults, you know? And you have an advantage anyway, so
Nice. Who we on? Who we on?
What up? Brian still have?
Behind you. Behind you. Behind you.
Ryan, Mark.
I heard his little feet, but it was too late.
Alright.
I'm alright.
Kill the Rhine. Kill the Rhine. Kill the Rhine. He still won.
okay. So let's go over what ults you used that fight.
All of them.
Do you
And
see?
B. And
Do you
B.
see?
You forgot
Well,
Nero.
you used the beat for
Draw the
grab.
arrow. God damn it! I win.
It was
No.
all the same fight. Literally.
No.
Right, it was, but like when you used the beat, it was at like because she used it to counter the Grev, which is reasonable. But even still, like as the fight went on, you shouldn't have popped all these ults. Like I don't know, like this is like we talked about this before. You gotta be aware of time. It's okay. We gotta be aware of the timing for cutoff.
If we can't
Because if you had walked in with 6 ults right here, ooh, easy.
McCree or Moira, whichever
I
one.
think Cupcake has me muted, dude.
Okay.
I like have not heard my comms at all, and I know I
I
comm.
don't think you were talking much this game.
We need to go in that McCree.
I was definitely talking.
Don't chase him if he drops. Don't chase him if he drops.
Not these games.
Let
You
us
weren't
let us
really.
play for poke. Let's play for poke.
McCree's house.
Wait, I think I just heard her just now. Hold on.
McCree's house. McCree's
No, that's Farah. That's
let us
actually
play for
Farah.
poke. Let's play for poke.
I can't hear you. Hold on. Wait.
For poke.
McCree's house.
That's actually Farah.
No, I did. I said I was spamming shield there. I literally said I was spamming shield.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, also
All
another
these
thing
fuckers
is
talking
like
over it.
this is off of my stream where I am louder, just default.
But everyone,
That's how
I
have
can
my
hear
stream
everyone
set up.
else though.
She probably has you turned down rather than muted or like whatever.
I don't know if we're.
I mean,
Sorry.
like it makes sense because when you go into execute Bree mode, like you don't want to kill the stream ears. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can turn my own output down.
No, it's not that bad. It's just you know how stream chat is, man.
They use high noon.
Was
I
that?
have a question.
Yeah.
So I kind of, in my head, I thought we were probably like really screwed, even if I used beat, but I used it anyways. I think it would have been way better to save it.
I mean, yeah, I think so.
'Cause I like apologized after because I realized it was actually pretty bad to use it there. Cause
So like here's the thing, right? This fight, you need to make a like immediate decision, okay? Let's back up way more. Alright, so these are your ults, okay?
Mhm.
You have none. If you take this next fight, you're looking to get Val beat, maybe Visor, probably Visor, right?
Mhm.
You know, or at least you should know what ults they used the previous fight. You need to ask yourself, can we take a fight slowly, build these 3 ults, and win with them, right? If the answer is no, what you should do is you should go for a drive fight and then build these ults as well. That way you can walk in with 6, because you only need 1 fight, you know? It's still 99%. Like, it would have been optimal if the fight before you guys didn't use anything and then came in with all 6-year-olds here, but that it's okay, it happens, right? You still only need 1 fight, that's it. So if you can rebuild those ults, great. You can take a fight with 6 ults and win, right? The other option is if you know they used like all their ults. I think they made the McCree swap pretty late, so he doesn't have high noon. I don't remember. I know they used grab. I don't remember the Bria ult or shatter. I think they coalescent.
was near them, so they wouldn't have it there.
Okay. Did they use beat?
They used
I
it
think
when
they
I
did.
visored that one fight.
Okay.
Have it again.
Okay. So then they pretty much just have beat, right? So and like close to high noon, and you know coalescence builds pretty quick too.
Wait, why are we watching from my perspective, by the way?
We don't have a third person perspective.
Yeah, but Bree streams.
Yeah, but she's not a support player.
Monkas.
It's because you can see through the walls, Cupcake.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone can see
Bat
through walls
vision.
though.
No, you can see like their actual like silhouettes and who it is, not just like the green arrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Whichever one's easier.
Zarya to
Okay.
she gets high charge.
But yeah, oh yeah, so the other option for you is if you think your ults are better than theirs, like, you could go in and take a fight before they regain ult economy over you. Because they burned, like, a lot of ults that fight. Or if, you know, I guess they only used a few in this case, right? So the better play would maybe try to force the other ults out. and then you walk in with 6 ults, right? But it's all about playing ult economy from this point forward and like understanding. So I don't know. You probably should have saved that beat, but it also should have been called to like
Kylie high ground again.
build
We need to push that McCree.
ults.
We need to go to that McCree. We need to get him off high ground. Don't chase him if he drops. Don't chase him if he drops.
Okay, good call. Don't chase him if he drops. Just get him off the high ground.
Let us play for poke. Let's play for poke.
McCree's half.
Okay, this is good. See right here, you guys can build ults safely.
Call it
Essentially.
and dive in.
Yeah.
I'm just shooting the shield right now.
If they pop ults before,
Okay.
if
My
they
heart died in that moment.
Valk press.
if they pop ults before, then you shouldn't pop ults. Also, Sunny shouldn't have done that.
I don't know if
Good
we're.
beat, good
Nah,
beat.
sorry.
No,
Okay,
it was good.
brigade.
It was really good. Get the McCree. McCree to your right. It's on.
McCree. Nearest one.
They beat it.
Got the McCree.
I'm going out.
Okay, get out. They used grab. They used coalescence. They used high noon. They have slam. They have.
They got
Ellie,
grab
and
again.
They, did they use beat?
That means someone's feeding her charge.
Okay.
They beat it my
Not like energy
Okay.
charge, but I mean like ult charge.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to kill
Like
the
last
Zarya then.
fight.
The two biggest culprits of doing that are typically the
Okay,
tanks.
we need to go high ground again.
So you gotta
D.Va's
be
pretty
careful.
meaty for.
If you can't wait too long for.
Yeah.
McCree dropped. He dropped. We actually can wait though.
I'm going Sara bubble. I'm going Sara. No.
Sorry.
Big
Okay. They have no shield. Shatter's out. Ooh, you primaled right before that shatter. That was good. Uh oh, you're dead. What?
He didn't shoot. I don't know.
Come on, push up on the Moira.
Maybe he was waiting for DM.
They're gonna grab again. They're gonna grab. Kill them.
I think he canceled it to kill Hyde.
Yowzers, they're getting a lot of grab.
Brigitte coming.
Yeah, something has to be done about that Zarya.
We're calling Zarya. We need to get Zarya. Like, why are we not on Zarya? I know you were.
Can I chase it? Almost Sara.
It was just us two though.
Oh no.
Diva Mac.
Divas one.
Well, I'm on my way back. If you need to get out, get out. We can retouch.
They don't see me.
I got the Diva Mac.
They don't see me. Oh my god. Sorry.
I touched. Okay. This is our worst.
So
match,
I don't know, like pretty much that last fight
we need to
was
focus up on
one
target.
a culprit of poor ult management and economy, and two like not being focused on targets together. Like right at the end there, Hyde was actually right. The call was to get on that Zarya. I'm sure she was low. You guys were all shooting at her for at least a second. You could have chased her.
Took off. Like,
I didn't want to leave the point because I didn't want them to get it, and I couldn't really get in there.
Well, it's okay for you to not chase, I think, Kylie, since you're a soldier.
I was on top of her, but like she went, like I followed her into that the halls on the right, and then I was like alone in there, and I was like, I should not be in here, so I like backed off a little bit.
It was me and you there, Bree.
Yeah, I mean we even said it in the VOD, like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like these targets need to be focused. You shouldn't have gotten 3 grabs in like 2 fights. That's like carry level. Yeah, that's like I as a Zarya main, like I can just imagine how much damage you have to be doing in order to do that. Like that's actually insane.
and it also makes it really hard, like, if people are taking that much damage from, like, the Zarya. I can't be with Bree and
I think that
help
was-
her get that damage out.
Like, that was because we kept calling Zarya, and then we would get her really low, and she would escape. I think that happened like multiple times in that map. That probably gave her a lot of ult charge. To being
Yeah,
able to get away. all the time.
especially, yeah, if there's a Winston and a Diva in her face, like, and there's no shield or anything, yeah. That makes sense.
But either way, like yeah, just focus has to be put onto Zarya's more often, especially if they're building ults really quickly. That's like yeah. Anyway.
We're just playing so spread, like on that front. That's the.
But she's low and alone, though.
Yeah,
She's low and.
We should play Nimble. Yeah. Okay, they're doing the same thing. LOS them, LOS them. Don't
Angry.
chase them. LOS them.
Sorry, half. Cherry's really low.
Don't chase them. Remember, they win the brawly fights.
I'm going high.
McCree going towards us. Our spawn. Sunny, get out. Sunny, get out. Sunny, get
Okay,
out. Fly out.
Sunny rotated the wrong way here. Pretty much, your tanks, if you're not playing here where Ton is, you need to just play opposite of wherever they are, right? So like, if they're pushing this way, you should be playing on the point directly behind and under Cupcake, right? When you rotate this way though, you remove like your
You're going the wrong way.
I don't
your options.
Zarya's alone on point. She's half. She's one. She's one. She actually won. I can't see her.
Okay, see, alright, Ton dropped down to fight them here, but she still had her cooldown. I don't know if I would have done that because you kind of fed ult a little bit. But yeah, like you just need to play like on the opposite side of them and just use your cooldown to like rotate over their heads. Does that make sense? So like if why are you stressed?
Because I'm watching this and like Hyde's low, Natan's low, and Bree's low, and I'm just stressed.
I'm honestly stressed here for you. I was like, fucking Monk again. 3 criticals on screen.
God, Cupcake, where were my heels?
You let Hyde die.
But yeah, so like the good thing to do here, Atan, right, is you save your cooldown for if you drop down. Man, fuck this FOV. Hold on, wait. Oasis, there we go. So if they're pushing from here, right, what you want to do is you want to drop down on this side, right? And what they're probably going to do is they're going to try to rotate like this to fight you as a team. Realize that you just walked like the opposite way. And then what they'll do afterwards is they'll try to like cut you off like this. But when they do that, you use your jump to get over them. Does that make sense? And then you just sort of like keep bringing them in constant rotation and like using your jump to just like contest the point like forever, like indefinitely, you know? And when you do that, you allow your Pharah, who's just like up here, to just like raffle stomp them like as long as she wants, no matter where they go. But yeah, so like dropping down and shooting them and then jumping out isn't the worst idea. I just don't like feeding ult charge, you know what I mean? Because then you give them methods of winning, whereas if you just don't take any damage, they have like no way to win this fight if they don't kill your Pharah. So like just you and Sunny should be just constantly like rotating around. It won't be fun, right? But it'll be how you win. So like, yeah.
Got him. But winning is fun. So. I'm poking around. Brigade 1, in nipple.
But Aton's still playing this pretty well. Like,
We can retake.
you've definitely gotten better at Winston, like saving your jump and leaving and stuff like that.
That's fine. You're gonna have
It's just in this case you could have played this better, like, especially when you're tempoing a team.
I have
Do I die here? I know there's something where I die in that pit on the left.
I'm still not calling you out for it, by the way.
Call it
So,
out.
you know.
I just want to know what you're doing wrong.
If you look closely, I'm sure you can figure it out.
Is it the GA spam?
No, that's Guardian Angel spamming is not bad.
Okay, but I'm having to resort to guessing here because he's not telling us.
Nice. Like, I don't know. I'm back
Yeah.
Me at the bottom, can I Moira's low. I got her low.
I got you.
Yeah, they're all together.
It's okay, just ignore my flaws.
So
I don't know what you're doing wrong to ignore it.
when you heard this, listen to the call. Here, Cupcake, hold on. Okay, I know that there's a res here, but Bree called that she's looking for Barrage. You should be on her. Like, you should be looking back to try to find her.
I got you. Yeah, they're all together. Nice job.
I mean, she still pops off here, right? But like, you want to be same with Sunny too. You always like as soon as you hear that call, you should be like looking for your Pharah, because that was a good call. It's just people need to follow it up.
Alright, set up on top of nipple. Please.
Should I have said something like I'm going for res? Like,
Yeah, that would have been good to call beforehand.
Okay.
But as soon as she said I'm looking for Barrage, like you should have just been like okay, and like turned around to go and Try to damage
Trying to
booster.
get more Valk. They're rallying and then they're gonna come in fast.
Going right side.
Play way in the back, Hyde. They might speed into you. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay.
Playing center. Point.
Yeah, pod.
LOS them. LOS them. You should not be taking damage.
Do they have Lucio?
Bree, you're
I
far away.
thought
Sorry,
so.
I just heard him. Sorry, discorded.
Yeah.
Who we on? Who we on? Who we on?
Who's up top?
Yuzen has to be really smart then
McCree on top.
and play like far
He's
back.
back.
I was
Nice.
rotating a lot. Lucio discorded.
Yeah.
Lucio 1 HP.
Nice.
Because if they don't have Lucio, like if they have like if they have like
Lucio discorded. Lucio 1
any
HP.
other support, like if they also have a Zenyatta, you can like just play wherever you want to because you move at the same speed as them. You know what I mean? But if they have Lucio, you have to play a little further back. That way you can escape and rotate and hide and all that
Step
stuff.
back up. Step back up.
I'm going back up top. If they come back up top again, I'm going main.
I have trans. We need to not get caught on
It doesn't seem to be as bad when I'm listening to people, but if
We should
I'm
play
like
lower
doing
then. Play lower
anything,
nipple.
it's
Drop
just
down
bad.
on the ground.
What is it?
Drop it.
Yeah, what is it? I don't want to play. Fuck up playing Mercy and comp.
Okay. We can just
not
please
that
spam
big of a
damage here.
deal.
We're close to Barrage. You need to build.
I mean, well,
It is,
let's not
but
get
it's,
twisted.
like, not
It's,
at the
Barrage
same
come over
time.
the
yeah,
top, Barrage
it
come
is a
over the
big
top.
deal, but
Friendly bubble.
This is like legit stressing me out now.
Yeah, I like to grab this up.
yeah, it's okay.
I just got in there.
Kill the Rhine. Nice. Get the Zarya. Get the Zarya. Get the Zarya. Nice. They use Slam and Grav. Nice job. Nice job.
They're gonna have high.
Yeah, so you guys are playing this well though.
Okay,
Like,
me and
this
Bree
is how you
need to
beat
play
brigaded
lower.
comps right here. This is how my team
Okay.
does it to some
You need
extent.
to visor.
You didn't hear the call though. You didn't hear the call.
What was the call?
I think
Oh.
I do not have problems hearing you in game, Bree. It's just stream has problems with it.
I'm with
No,
you.
no, 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 not that call. The Highway didn't hear the call when we were above on nipple, and you're like, "Bree, you need to charge your ult and get like a fucking. You need to pop off." And I was like, "Okay," and then we did.
Oh yeah.
Kill the Brigitte.
Wait, that wasn't this team, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it just happened.
It just happened. It was like a 3K.
I didn't hear it either. Fuck.
You gotta back it up. Back the
Alright, this
bottom.
is our strongest map for sure. Hyde, we're gonna.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, it,
Back more. Right until the start of this fight. Yeah, the start of this
We
fight.
need to, in Bree, we need to play lower.
they
They're
went
gonna.
tracer.
Okay.
I have visor.
You need to visor early.
Lucio's on your right.
Brigitte coming in.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Maybe it was.
Oh, it was further back.
It was way before that. Monkey no bubble. He jumped.
Alright, well,
Nice
I'll take your word for it.
All right. I have a clip. I'll send it to you.
Get out.
I get really loud on this map.
But for now, you
Good.
should- you
Remember?
guys should be playing
No,
it
I like
lower.
burst a blood vessel.
Me and Bree are gonna go.
Oh.
You know. No, I'm joking, but it felt like I did. It felt like I did.
On Hanamura, you definitely burst a blood vessel.
Oh,
What happened on
man.
Hanamura?
Remember the diva that went behind in apartments, and they were like, she's like, the diva. She's killed.
Oh yeah.
Sonny, you need to get
To be
out.
fair, we should have got the diva.
Oh yeah, when she spawn came to you.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I
luck.
needed that. Sometimes you guys call things, but then you don't. Like,
Ignore the call.
yeah, like I trust you guys. I'm like, oh yeah, great call, but then you guys don't follow through with it.
That was your first mistake, Kai.
There you go, Highway. There's the clip.
You guys should run Tracer more, I think.
Well, explain your thought process, Highway.
Hold on, I'm watching a clip first.
Wait, where's the clip?
She
Is it
sent.
Salt Cellar?
I DM.
What the fuck? Put it in Salt Cellar. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, this was the fight before that one.
Hi, kitty. Dude, the call.
Yeah.
You need to charge barrage and kill a bunch of people.
I think that fight, Breeze Barrage, was the only possible way we could win. So I was just like, build barrage and kill them.
Okay.
Man, I'm telling you, if you guys were rotating properly, you could win all of those fights. They wouldn't have even gotten a percentage on the fight with proper rotating, but it's okay. Anyway.
Did they anyways?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
the
like
first
70%, didn't they? Like 50, something like
62. I don't know, I just guessed.
Oh. You sounded so sure of yourself.
that. Anyway, you guys should run Tracer more.
It was 62, I'm so good.
Oh.
You guys should definitely run Tracer more.
Why?
Good idea.
Because she's better. Like,
No,
yeah, she is.
No. Maybe when her her bash gets nerfed.
No, she's sweet against Brigida comp still. You just don't play, like, you don't go for, like, dumb flanks and, like, try to one-clip people. You just play, like, a poke machine. That, like, can't be stopped. So, like, for example, right? Here's the... Let me pull up. Here's the dumb way of playing Tracer, okay? Let's say their team is here, right? Dumb way of playing Tracer, if your team rolls out dark, is you go, yeah, I'm gonna go this way, I'm gonna go around them like this, and I'm gonna flank and one clip a Zenyatta, right? That's the stupid way of playing Tracer.
That's the original way to play Tracer.
No, that's the dumb way of playing Tracer. All the, like, everyone Sinatra excluded knows, like, the good ways of playing Tracer, okay? The good way of playing Tracer is, instead of doing this long flank route and going for like a risky one clip, right? What you do is you play counter position to your team. So let's say you guys push through dark, right? And you're like, okay, let's hold this side of point and push them this way. Your Tracer pushes this way, right? And she plays about this much spacing between her and the enemy team. About that much, okay? So pretty much what you do here, right, is you're in position to where you're able to blink towards safety, going like this, right? But also, if something tries to, wait, hold on, let me back up. You're in position to like blink to safety, but also you're still in position to like do like a lot of damage with your guns, right? That you can almost, I actually think you can one clip stuff from this range, like even from this range. I think there's still a little one clip stuff. The difference though is that you're safe, right? And they can't commit on you because you're a Tracer. So like, if like a monkey jumps you, you're like boop boop, and you're safe. You know what I mean? And now you're in a position to keep shooting them. Yeah, exactly. Like, you'll be safe. Man.
Okay, but what about Ryan Shields and Brigida Shields and every shield in the game?
But if they turn and look at you, your team's in the other direction.
Yeah, exactly. And what are they gonna do? They're gonna hold their shield up forever? Like, okay, let's put yourself in the Ryan position, right? Let's say Ryan's here, and you'll be right here, okay? And you're shooting, okay, there's 240 damage, okay, there's 480 damage, okay, there's 720 damage, okay, there's 900, so on and so forth, right? And this Reinhardt, he doesn't have unlimited shield, right? If he's just gonna stand still and stare at you while you shoot at him, hey, great. You have more resource than he does. Like, you can stand perfectly still and win a fight against a Reinhardt if he wants to just shield you like this. Like, just sit there and shoot him. Eventually, either his shield's gonna break, or he's gonna, like, be like, okay, fuck this, I'm gonna go this way. And guess what? You're Tracer, so you're like, okay, where you want to go now? He's gonna be like, I'm gonna go back here, and you'll be like, all right, I'm here now, and he can't do anything against you, you know, like you just get to bully him, like for as long as you want to. He can't escape, like yeah, it's like Ryan's here, you're here, so he runs this way crying, and you're like, okay. He runs this way, and you're like, okay. He runs to their spawn, and you can chase him as long as you want to. He can't do shit against you. Yeah, you just sit there and you clip him until he, like, wants to uninstall, right? And that's the good way of playing Tracer.
Until he hates his life. He kills himself.
Exactly.
And then he's not in your game anymore and you win.
Exactly.
Oh
But
no.
either way, though, like, you just get to poke anything, and they can't fuck with you, right?
Yeah.
Soldier, on the other hand, the way you beat Soldier is you just take ground away from him until he plays in a shit position, right? For Tracer, there is no shit position except for like right next to them, right?
Yeah.
So
It's like Mercy.
I don't like playing Soldier on this map because a lot of the time it's gonna be a Pharah.
I just don't like Soldier
she
in
just-
general
Me neither, but you're making me learn him.
because he's important to know, like
Not
for
anymore.
specific. No, he's still kind of important to know,
I need to
like
learn Hanzo. And Genji.
yes on the Hanzo, but he's not going to be like as strong as he is for very long. I don't think. This is a good
Why?
spot
What
to
would
be
they do to
playing
change
Soldier.
him?
Anything like if they just make his damage on like his per arrow, like if they drop it from 80 to 50, that'd be perfect. But
80 to
anyway,
60.
80 to 60. Let me think. Be 120 on headshot, damage boost to 150 Discord. That would be 200. Nope, that's still not enough. He'll still be OP.
He's not even that OP now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I don't think he's that bad.
Did you know if you damage boost him when he uses his like E ability, he can one shot 200 health targets with a headshot?
Oh no.
Yeah. That's why he's OP.
Bink.
Exactly. That's why he's OP, because if you're playing Reinhardt comp and you start acting crazy and you try to push them, right? Like, let's say this blue line is your Reinhardt and you're like, all right, we're gonna push in, guys, and they put a Hanzo like right here. He can just be like, okay, storm, bro, and there's your backline dead.
Your sound effects today are on point.
Yeah.
But
What are you
his
doing?
new
You trying to
ability
hit her
breaking
on? God damn
shield
it.
is so easy.
Yeah, like you can
not
just.
fuck with that?
There's actually no point in not using it off cooldown. Like just as soon as it's up, you just go boop 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 boop, and then you just like kill shit or break shields or you just make them run away or like whatever. It doesn't even matter.
I actually played Hanzo on King's Row after I was done with Cupcake, and I played a game, and I played Hanzo on
You're so
defense,
fucking
and
cute.
they couldn't push in because I kept breaking their shield over and over and over and over.
Yeah, add it to the idea with like a triangle comp where you have Zen and Mercy on you. Man, if anything even like considers diving you and you're damage boosted and it's discorded, oh yeah, later.
You are a disgrace.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't even matter. Man. You just destroy it every time. So, yes, Hanzo in its current state is broken. However, there are ways to beat him. Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah, pretty much. Pharah.
I wonder if they buffed Hanzo now in anticipation of the Aetha being really strong. No.
I think they just do whatever the fuck they want, and they're like, this works.
Yeah.
So let's go to Reddit and see what people are complaining about. Scatter arrow? Okay, let's make him more OP, but in other ways. That way nobody is crying. But then everyone starts to cry. Like their mindset is like, okay, no one likes scatter arrow, right? And it's not consistent, quote unquote. So how do we make it so that the Hanzo mains aren't gonna be upset when we nerf him, and the other players are gonna be happy that we like change him or whatever, right? And then they decide, wait, people complain about scatter arrow, so let's just make a new ability called storm bow. We'll make it really fucking powerful, and then everybody's happy, right? But then on top of that, let's just give him a leap for funsies, right? And we'll make his recon better.
Good.
Let's just make his recon better too. Yeah, that sounds good. You know you can cast his. Yeah.
What'd they do?
They lowered the cooldown.
They lowered the cooldown but decreased the radius, right? So now it's like I forget the exact numbers, but they made it so that like it now is able to be moved around more, but you still get the same like rough amount of time of recon. So like if you were to take like a minute's worth of just spamming recon, right? You still get like X amount of seconds, but you can move it around more because the cooldown was like shortened, you know? So like
Why did they do that?
dude, I don't know. They're
Wasn't strong enough to be played in regular comps.
developers are just stupid in this game, man. They don't know what they're doing. Anyway, besides
I really
the
do
point,
think they just like tweak numbers and like, eh.
Yeah.
until one of their characters is just so like demonstrably OP or just like
Mercs
demonstrably
meta.
shit or just demonstrably shit like Symmetra that they're just like, all right, hold the phone. We need to change everything,
They
and then
don't.
they change everything.
They just have a culture of not using the tools that they've built for themselves. They don't use the PTR for player feedback at all. They're like, let's throw it up on PTR. People can test it. Tell us if it. Oh, okay, they're testing it. Everyone says it's OP. Push it to live, boys. Good patch. Let's go home.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Everyone always says
Here's the problem. Their PTR servers are absolute like poo, man. Like they're just so bad. It's like I can't even hop on a PTR and play under 150 ping because it's just everything is just garbage, man. There's not even quick play in PTR. Like, come on, bro. You really want to use that as a way of
always break. Sorry.
like? Do you really want to use that as a way of like determining how OP or like underpowered your changes and all that shit are, man? Like, come on.
Also, like silver players and go play, and they're like, "This is really good," and it's like really not.
Yeah, it's like so dumb. Like, if I don't know anyone who, if they saw the Brigitte meta, like if they saw how powerful Brigitte was in PTR, I don't know anybody who'd be like, yeah, this needs to go through immediately, right? Like, if they just saw how powerful Brigitte was in PTR, they'd be like, man, fuck this hero. This is like dumb. Don't do this. And Blizzard should be like, no, we're not gonna do that. But instead, they're like, are there any bugs though? And they're like, oh, no.
Yeah, and there are.
They're like, perfect, press the button. That's like, okay, great. Just because there's no bugs means it's fit for play, I guess. And some shit even gets released with bugs. So I don't know why they have the PTR, man.
There's a bug right now where there's your thing glitches and it shows people from the last match.
Oh yeah.
But they're not like in the game.
Like if you hit P,
Yeah.
you can see like the people on your team and stuff. It like shows the people from the game before. It's really dumb.
Stupid, man.
Couldn't
So
even like go and see. I was like, this kid is even on our team.
Every time like they release something new into the game, they break like 5 other things.
yeah, it's
So bad.
Like, I don't even care about the bugs. Like, compared to the balance problems, dude. Like, fuck. Like the pressing P, not being able to see people. Like, that's an inconvenience, sure, but it's not. Let's fucking upend the meta and make every character useless because we've released this one character in such an overpowered state. Like,
yeah.
I'll take a couple graphical glitches any day of the week over fucking broken ass heroes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, at least I can confidently say that like there are ways to beat the OP heroes. That doesn't make them not OP though. Like, if one hero can change an entire meta, there's probably something wrong. But
Fuck Brigitte.
dude, like, I don't know. Once you like understand how to beat her, she's actually not that bad to play against. I still think she's stupid, but like I've gotten past like the dying to Brigitte and I'd be like, fuck this hero, you know?
I haven't. Fuck this hero.
I mean, I don't die to her. She's just like too hard to fucking kill. Like,
I don't like her because she gives everyone armor and I can't one-shot them in the head.
Oh yeah, and then people are like, Brigitte's OP, and Blizzard's like, okay, hear us out. What if we make her give everybody 50 less armor?
it's not even a problem though.
That'll make her so balanced. Genius, Blizzard.
They just lower their numbers just a little bit.
They're like, okay, wait. Let's pick a number here. Stun cooldown? No.
They're
Healing
spinning
per
their Brigitte
second?
wheel
No.
of abilities.
Hell, yeah. Like, one of them just has a dart and they start spinning a wheel. It just throws the dart. It's like, armor given with her ultimate. Let's blow her. Perfect. And we're just here stuck like, okay. I used to like this game. But whatever.
Hey, Toxic sent me the warm-up scrim for Dorado from this weekend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Can we finish looking at this Oasis game?
Yeah, okay. So,
I'm a bot, dude.
I'm gonna get you a resource real quick. For you to
Wait,
use
so what does
Cupcake.
Cupcake do wrong?
Yeah,
Don't use ults, don't use ults, don't use ults. Build ults, build ults.
Everything.
I mean, it probably isn't like
Nice. They
something
use
that I'll
that.
even care
They use
about.
that there. That's way better for us.
Yeah, I might
What's
say.
the resource?
We have.
Anyway.
Before I did a VOD review with, or before I started this VOD review, I was teaching a guy named Quiet Josh how to main call more effectively, and he recorded it. So I'm gonna send that to you. I expect you to study it tonight, and I'm gonna give you a 30-question quiz on it tomorrow.
What?
Bye, Cupcake.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, you definitely need to watch it.
Barrage as well. They might.
I might ask you a question on it
We go left
just
side
to
through
know.
me. Actually, no. Go
Because
main.
we watched the game against Flo, and I think you could benefit from this resource. Because actually watching it, no lie, I already said this to everybody else, but watching it, I actually think you guys could have beat Flo. Like, the problems you had did not stem from them just being like better than you guys mechanically, which is like what I was worried about, because in those situations, like if someone's just like wildly mechanically better than you, there's only so much you can do. But they were actually not that much better than you guys, and the only reason that they were beating you was because of some of the stuff that I'll go over in that resource that I'm gonna send you, which is mainly like positional strategy making and like mid-fight strategy making.
No, I botted the fuck out because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to beat their fucking strats.
Just walk on the point. Walk on the point.
It's not always about beating the comp though. Sometimes it's about beating the position.
They're gonna dive you.
And that's what
I
I
didn't
do.
know how to do it.
Monkey.
I know. That's what I go over. Don't worry.
I can res.
I killed Tracer. I'm gonna visor after. They beat it.
Yeah. They beat
I'm
it.
gonna wait.
It's winnable. It's winnable. It's winnable. It's winnable.
Mercy.
Okay, right now there's not a whole lot to be said. This is sort of just like a ultimate brawl.
Mercy. Monkey. Touch fragging. Baby.
You should probably tell Bree more often when you're like not with her.
Oh my god, I'm nuts.
Nice. Not Tracer. Where's
There we
Tracer?
go.
Tracer main. Set up. We
You're
don't
doing it.
We have beat.
Leave me alone!
Is it when you flip your mouse up and down?
I'm gonna have to be playing with Kylie a lot.
Oh my god, dude.
She boot me down. I'm going back up. Can you just say it? Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I was rewind the VOD.
Twitch between boost and heal when I am not doing anything, and it's really bad.
Oh, okay.
When I talk, I just for some reason I do it.
Monkey directed. Monkey.
It's okay. That's just a habit, yeah.
Bears from the barrage.
Look at it!
Nice. It's winnable.
That's something that's not like 100% gonna hurt you at every moment thing though.
It kind of does.
Not all the time.
Well, I mean, not all the time, right? But like,
Every once in a while it'll be. I don't know, but like.
I'd say even more than every once in a while, like quite often, because. Oh, getting a killer? No. But the thing is, like, when you're not damage boosting, like people who are full health, you're missing out on damage output. You know what I mean? Especially if you flick to heal, like on Farah, for example. If she fires a rocket in the time that you have your heal out, it doesn't get damage boosted. You know.
Play for stall. Play for stall.
So.
I'm stalling. No. Play for stall.
I said it was visor.
It's winnable. Kill the diva.
Diva's half. I killed two. Tracer's half. Tracer's one.
I'm coming main. I'm resing Kylie. I'm here.
It's just baby.
I'm
It's just
here.
baby.
Oh, sorry, so strong. Nice.
It's okay. Last fight.
Yeah, I don't know, like.
So that way we can come back in with more, unless it is.
If they're not shooting at anybody, which is usually when I'm like talking strats and stuff, it's not that big of a deal. But if when it's in like a fight and stuff, it is a bigger deal.
Yeah. Now I'm just distracted, like watching it.
I don't think it's as much in fights though.
Oh. Oh.
Losing? We're
They're
losing?
using
You
every
dodged
ult.
it.
Just play for
I-
ults, play for ults, play for ults, play for ults. Nice
We
job.
had
Back
so
up, back
many
up, back up, back up.
ults.
I have Valk,
We had so
Barrage,
many ults.
Beat.
This is a good position. Like, look, you guys managed this ult economy
We
well.
lost.
wait,
Well, they used
We
so
got this.
many
Go
too.
main. We play for
Like, they
Oh,
had
I-
nothing.
I'm sorry. I thought that you were talking in the VOD. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
play for
You guys have a lot of ults
That,
here.
I remember being so sad here because we lost, and they had nothing. They had absolutely nothing.
Can you
Wow,
speed us in?
spoiler. This is the first time I've seen it. Come on, bro.
That's worse than Infinity War spoilers. That's fucked up.
I'm gonna. Okay.
I'm ready. I have to take it.
I'm Valking us.
I didn't get a lot of value out of this because we were really spread.
Lucio one, Lucio one, Lucio one.
Nice. They have no mercy.
How
What are
did
you
we
doing,
do
man?
this?
Lucio one. No, I'm down.
I fucked up.
Oh,
Okay.
it was Cupcake.
Yeah, it was me. I did that. I bombed out.
Your barrage also didn't come out as well.
Got her?
That's a big one.
I'm dead.
Monkey's literally one. Lucio one.
D.Va,
And you're
D.Va,
on
D.Va,
soldier
D.Va,
instead of
D.Va,
tracer.
Run all the way back. Run all the way
Monkey.
back. You need to stay alive.
I think I had ult.
Just about.
We're coming. We're coming. We're coming.
You're at 70 a second ago.
I actually think I come back with it and then I die immediately. Lol.
It's winnable.
I have visor.
It's winnable. You have visor? Where are you?
Mercy, baby.
How did we lose?
So they res baby, and she got back in mag, and that's where I was.
Ooh, that was a good GA.
I'm not a bot all the time, Highway. I was top 100. Okay. I'm down.
Resident sleeper.
Oh, that's an unlucky rocket. She's one.
Well, see, that's something yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's on one. But anyway.
What? What? What?
In the chat, look at the chat.
Was.
Whoa! It's time!
Hell yeah,
Holy
Todd.
fuck,
Hell
dude!
yeah,
That's
Todd. That's
some
what
good ass.
What is happening to Lucio right now?
Roasted!
He's buff.
Yeah, he's fucking jacked. Hold on, let me take a
This
screenshot
this
of
Luke
this.
Cage, dude. That's who that is.
Dude, look at this. What the?
Is that his arm?
Yeah. What? Look at him, man. Holy shit. He's fucking huge.
Stay on. Maybe it in.
I'm on my way.
I'm
Keep
resigned.
stalling.
Unlucky.
So fucking close.
My heart is beating so.
Holy shit.
Hey, I was Tracer.
You were a
I
tracer, man.
quit.
No.
That was close. Oh my god. They got 3 frags so quick there. Ooh.
I
That's
Uh,
Okay, guys.
Oh, you
Alright.
voted for me, Cupcake?
I never vote for myself. Never.
I appreciate it.
You lie. I remember distinctly a time you voted for yourself when we were quick playing together.
Okay, quick play is different, but in the scrims I don't.
Oh, right. Okay. What about that
A
that
ton of
friend
calling
tournament?
you out.
What about that friend tournament we played that you dragged me into when my card popped up and I had 0 votes and I was the only card up there from our team?
Probably voted for someone on the enemy team.
Yeah, okay.
I did.
You're fucked up.
If,
yeah.
if you were the only card
You're
on our
fucked
team,
up, man. You're fucked up. I can't believe you. I think you just don't like voting for me is the thing. You'd rather vote for yourself over me. I see how it is, dog. Anyway.
Yeah, dog.
Play Tracer, Kylie.
Okay, I'm not gonna complain about that.
Then do it, man. Alright.
It's
So,
cupcake
were we,
call.
were we about to do something
I had the VODs from scrims before open div games that are third person.
Okay.
That's what we were
cool.
gonna do, right?
Yeah, send.
Okay, wait. I have all three of them. Do you want Dorado, Numbani, or Oasis first?
Cupcake, you choose.
We're not doing the Hanamura one?
No, these are not the open division games. These are the like scrims prior that are actually third person, so we can see what's going on.
Numbani.
I feel like we have problems with Numbani.
A lot of people do.
Numbani's second sucks dick.
All right, it's in Salt Cellar.
Numbani second rules, man.
Shut up.
You shut your face.
You shut your face. Got
Wowie.
Washed up mercy, man.
Oh shit!
Stay back. Come on, Cookie.
I'm sorry. If look, if I had
I'm not a mean person. I can't say things like that.
look, I got you. If Cupcake and Highway were both drowning and I could only save one, catch me on King's Row with my cake on Mercy.
Okay, that was funny.
Alright, Bree, you ready to spin?
Alright, here we go. This.
If they have a fair, let us know. Look at me repping the Shanghai.
I'll let you know when I see they have a monkey.
What?
They have a diva.
I feel like we don't play this map as much.
Was
Is
this
this
No.
They have a tracer? Diva's no fly?
This is Saturday, right? Is that what you said?
He's inventing.
Look at me doing it!
Yeah, I can see you doing it from like an outside point of view.
I'm so triggered.
So,
dude.
Tracer's going. Tracer's flanking. Yeah. Get the monkey. Get the monkey. Get
Oh.
the monkey.
Oh, I got aided. Can't see.
Wait a minute.
Waiting. Oh, I died to a nade. Unlucky.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, first of all, they're on Ana, and that should be called for sure. Like,
I don't think we could have seen her.
I mean, someone can.
I definitely can't.
Where's the
Like-
Anna? She's behind the bus.
Here, but we have the advantage.
Yeah, but like, you still should be playing for information at this stage in the game. I mean, and look, they don't really have anything to like kill you either, except for the Ana. And either way, I guess it does make sense that everyone else can't really see it in this case. But yeah, Brie, you gotta play for information in this particular instance, since everyone else is gonna be hiding.
Okay.
Because if you knew they had Ana,
So,
then you guys could have gone for some
Tracer's
simple
going-
dive.
Tracer's flanking. Yeah. Get the monkey. Get the monkey. Get the monkey.
Oh, I got
Also, you said you're recording this VOD, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When an enemy team, this is for Sunny. When an enemy team is coming this way, I think I saw it right here. You can boop this monkey and mess up his jump every time. Every single time. It's like the easiest thing to do in the world. As soon as he jumps, you use your shift and just hit him while he's in air, and he falls. And that makes it really like a lot easier to counter dive the enemy.
Tracer's flanking. Yeah. Get the monkey. Get
Especially if
the
he tries to dive it like that angle.
Oh, I got aided.
Another thing, play this way, not over here. The reason why is because if you play this way, you can always drop back and you can recontest like this. If you play here and they decide to chase you, it's hard for your team to like. It creates like a conga line. You know what I mean? Like, you ever seen that that super low tier Overwatch video? That's exactly like that.
on the main.
Ah, looking away.
I'm backing up in the hallway. We need to go. We need to rotate around. There's a tracer that way. We are pincered.
Yeah, see, this is not a good position.
Unluckers.
Good night, Sunny.
Good night, Sunny. Sunny should just jump off here too.
Dude, I can't one shot. Like,
Fuck these douches.
just jump.
I know, I just want to take health back before.
Where's just scary?
Mine. You can't have it.
I'm a dirty fuck. What can I say?
Sorry, I was on the phone. I missed that whole first point.
Use high ground right now.
It's okay. We died.
He's like,
Oh
I'll be like,
no.
Diva's up
Pretty
here too.
much to summarize, in that instance, Bree has to play for information on their comp. People need to not play towards halls. They need to play on top of the bridge. And Sonny needs to boop Winston whenever he jumps from lower.
Okay. I wish Sunny was here. Where is she?
I don't know. She's like never here at VOD reviews.
Monkey's directed.
She's not even online.
Can we
I'm
get
not
the
online either.
Zen
Bet.
He busted. Ah, I'm gonna smack.
He busted.
I'll just confess.
He busted.
Okay, so there's not a whole lot of calls going on here for strategy. So yeah, make sure you look at that resource cup. It's
You
rendering right
tilted.
now. So yeah, what's the deal with that?
What do you mean?
Like I was watching the flow game, you get like tilted there too.
I don't remember that day, but I do remember
Richard's hit with a rocket.
being really tired during those games and underprepared. I felt like.
We need to come all
Are these
the way
Saturday
back.
or
We've been
Sunday
staggered
scrims?
since point A.
Saturdays, I think.
I don't know.
Just wait.
Let
With
me
Sunday
check.
scrims, everyone was so weird.
I was in the
No, this was yesterday. This is Sunday.
Okay, then this is the day that everyone was being funky.
Yeah, we had a weird energy all
Oh
day.
yeah, this was
Sunday.
yesterday. Yeah.
Like I talked to Toxic a little bit. I was like, something funky's going on.
There's some funk in the air.
No, really, it was like
It was like
the
the
mood had settled. It was like the day that I don't know.
day that we played Oasis when I was standing in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes that happens, but you need someone who can like stand up and be like, look, we can't be playing like this. So like we either need to decide whether or not we can get ourselves focused on the game or stop scrimming. And like for the rest of that scrim too, like like on that day we were like having fun. I felt like it was we were all laughing, we were all having a good time. We played well. We won that round afterwards. Like I don't know, you just sometimes there's just like there needs to be a cheesy pep talk, you know? Just to make sure everyone is like back in it.
I think we did get a cheesy pep talk, and then the flow games, went a little bit better than the scrims did, but the scrims were just,
I see. Do you think the flow games maybe had something to do with the mood, as in like
I think
nerves?
a little bit, yeah, for sure.
I just woke up like super tired and a little bit sick.
I see.
I think
That's why I
everyone
wasn't there.
was really
That's why I
off.
wasn't there for quick play.
My
'cause
game
I'm
was-
usually there for warm up, but I slept as long as I could.
Aw.
My game was fucked up before we even stepped foot in the flow games or these scrims, and I already talked heavy about it.
Yeah, so everybody was in their own little mood, and then everybody together collectively was just a big mood.
Kind of unlucky. I was having a good day. My aim was kind of on point, and I was like, "This is gonna be great. I'm gonna play well." And then everyone was so upset. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Kylie was like dumpstering the Widow on flow, man. Like no lie.
People
it was like
that
8
kid's
to 2.
trash.
I kind of want to rematch.
Comp.
I want to rematch against them honestly, because I feel like if we hadn't sabotaged the gameplay.
Well, to be fair, like you guys had problems that were unrelated to like tilt and mood, I think, because there are times when even like in scrims like this, you guys aren't calling strategically, right? And that ultimately is gonna make you lose against a team like Flow every time, right?
I mean, we would lose, but wouldn't have lost as bad. We could have taken a map or something. Damn.
Maybe. Well, I'm just being honest here, okay? Like this is me projecting pure honesty, right? I think that game. I think no, that game could have been winnable. It's just there are some things that are apparent that need to be fixed. Like they didn't purely like beat you by mechanics, which is what I was worried about, right? I was worried they were gonna like just out mechanic you and it was gonna feel hopeless because that's like kind of how it feels when a team just has like a bunch of crazy players that are just constantly popping off. You know what I mean? But like Kylie was actually sort of shitting on their Widow. The problem was just you guys weren't able to convert off of it because you didn't have a game plan, you know? So, if you were to like, no matter how good of a mood that you're in, right? I think if you were to play them again, unless you were able to mid-fight strat call, I don't think you'd be able to beat them. But if you guys work on your mid-fight strat calling, and everyone like just continues working at the roles that they're playing, right? Like just keep practicing. I think you guys, I think that's a very winnable team to play against. Like I think you guys can definitely beat them. Like they're not mechanically better than you by any means, right? I dare say that you guys are mechanically better than them, but just you
I think
couldn't.
I'm better than that Fibumitsu kid.
Yeah, you just couldn't. You just couldn't convert. That was the problem. So, uh, honestly, so like, yeah. To summarize, honestly speaking, if you were to play them right now, no, I don't think you'd be able to beat them. But at the same time, if you practice your strat calling, I think that is a team you can beat. Like just with even okay mid fight strat calling, I think you'd be able to beat them.
One day.
Oh, and by the way, not sure if you guys saw, but we're like our teams are right next to each other on the brackets.
Oh, we
so,
definitely saw that.
Yeah, y'all might play against my team soon.
Can you throw for us?
No.
He's not gonna throw, but he might have, quote, internet problems, quote.
I was having a bad day. Yeah, I got you.
You're gonna know all of our strats and stuff.
I don't though. You guys
No,
don't do what I
but
thought
I'm
to
telling
do.
you,
You guys do your own thing.
it doesn't matter if he knows our strats if he's getting DDoSed.
No, you don't DDoS him. You DDoS one of his teammates, so they don't know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then Highway looks like the good guy for having good internet.
Yeah, exactly.
So we all win.
DDoS our main thing. Easy.
But I don't have your main tank on Discord, so I can't trace his IP address back and find.
We can find his Discord.
Add me to your Discord. Add me to your Discord. All I'm saying is that I'm an administrator for 3,000 computers. I'm pretty sure 3,000 computers can DDoS one guy's home internet connection.
If not, you can even just buy one of those like those online loaders, man. Like they fucking
Shake.
I'm playing to win. I'm using every resource available, not just the in-game ones.
But anyway, right? Yeah. So going back to
Oh wait,
back to what
I
else?
don't mean to like interrupt you, but like, Atan, Evil Toaster said he would coach you. What?
Hi.
Hi. Evil Toaster said he would coach you. Hey, baby. So if you want some like main tank coaching from the toaster himself, let me know, okay? Okay.
Okay, check your DMs.
Oh no. Oh my god! No.
Honestly, not bad idea.
Yeah. So anyway, just you need to work on your mid-fight strike calling.
I need to work on not tilting.
That is.
That too.
I think the captain of Flow.
Wait, what? What did Toxic just say?
She got a friend request from the manager.
We're setting up the lobby, right?
Irrelevant.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm gonna be like 2 seconds.
Okay. My brain's starting to fry, I think.
Wait, what the fuck?
Unlucky.
Done too much VOD review today.
Toxic.
Are we doing more VOD review tomorrow?
Suzuki's on the team.
Yeah, just not today. I got like per day. I got about like 7 hours of VOD review potential
Okay.
worth of energy.
How many have you
That's
done today?
8.5.
Fine.
Oh no, who else were you about reviewing for?
ITG, couple of random. Yeah.
Do they pay you?
No.
Unlucky. Do you want $5? I'll give you $5.
Yes. Thank you. I'll buy a sandwich.
What'd you pay, Fel?
Wait, are you serious? I don't need your $5, Kylie.
Wow, won't take money from Kylie, but
I don't take widowmain, dirty, filthy, grub money.
What did I do? Why are you
He
blaming
said
me?
grub money.
Nah, I kid. Keep your $5, man. Buy yourself something. I don't want it.
I'm just gonna buy fucking gas for my car.
hey, highway, can I keep my $137?
More.
No, I need that money.
He said no, but then he donated me $20.
Yeah, right.
Look, I figured it would help you on Tilt, okay?
Cut the middleman. Just let me send the 20 to Cupcake.
I'm okay with that.
I bought you
I
a
wanted-
fucking pizza.
I wanted the credit, okay? I wanted to see my name appear on the screen.
Well, see, some of us, we don't care about seeing our names on the stream, which is why we'll buy, like, I don't know, let's say, for instance, pasta and chicken wings, and just send it.
That was so good, dude. I fucking smashed.
Dude, I feel like every time I come to your stream, Cupcake, I feel like a celebrity, man. I'll like put in like one message that just like it doesn't even say anything, and like 15 people say hi to me and like give me pog champs and stuff.
Because
I'm
my
like,
community is the fucking best community in the goddamn world.
it's pretty cool, man. It's a feels good.
I always say hi to you when you hop in there.
Yeah, but like even people who I don't like know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
They know you.
I enjoy getting hellos from you too, Bree. Like, don't think I'm like undervaluing your greetings to me. But like when I join and there's like 7 people who are just like highway PogChamp, and I'm like, wait, I don't know this person. It's a weird feeling.
Somebody asked who's highway, and like 3 people responded, Cupcake's coach.
Yeah.
It was cute.
I said
That's
hi
a
to
feels.
you.
I know. I like your highs too, Kylie.
Kylie
Did you
gets the
see my
same
hat?
You do.
No, I
What?
don't.
Yes, you do. People come in, they're like, Kylie's so cute. While you were like talking, we were playing together. They're like, oh, Kylie's adorable. Kylie's voice is so cute.
Oh no.
You are too nice in your channel.
Too nice.
Yeah.
What? I want
You
them
see
to
my
be
Hanzo
nice.
play highway?
Yeah, when you got that intentional kill on the
Yeah, dude. I'm just
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The Genji flick though? Come on.
Yeah.
I was like on him and he was gonna die, and I was chasing him, and you fucking just destroyed him. It was so funny.
Does anyone have any questions for me about anything we went over today, or
How was your
anything
day?
that they have noticed? And
Convince Cupcake to let me play Tracer.
okay, that is not a question.
Can you convince Cupcake to let me play Tracer?
No.
What are some?
Yes.
No.
Play Tracer more. Yes. Why not?
Because I'm being stubborn
She
and
don't like-
mean.
She's being mean.
Okay, we
I
should
don't-
use our time.
Anyway, yeah. Does anyone have any questions for me regarding anything maybe that you've noticed in the new meta that you have trouble like fighting against, or anything like with regards to anything we talked about today, and etc.
Brigitte, please. I need help.
Brigitte
Okay.
exists and I don't know what to do.
So to beat Brigitte, Baton, you have to rely on your teammates to do it for you. Teammates, you have to beat Brigitte for a ton. Like, Farrah comps, right?
Can't do it.
Like Farrah comp, Tracer, shit like that, just constantly being on the Brigida and taking away her safe spot, right? So like, Brigida is strong to fight against, sure, right? But if she doesn't have a Rhine shield to stand behind, you can still fuck her up. You know what I mean?
But can't we just do that with, Farrah Soldier? Like,
No,
why?
Yeah, Soldier is a bad hero.
Okay.
because Soldier cannot safely get behind shields to fuck with people.
Well, right, but I thought you were talking about the whole thing with Tracer. Like, that whole thing on Oasis was like, he can, or she can break the shield.
She can if they decide to use the shield on her, right? That was more of just a description of like why if they yeah, that was more of like if they decide to like just put their shield up and stare at you, why you're not being useless, right?
Oh.
But if they decide to not put their shield up on you, you just sit there and clip them in the back, which is like super strong because they're constantly pressured.
Okay.
Soldier, on the other hand, can only do damage from the front, and he can't get close while having an escape. So you have to like take a lot of space to work with Soldier. I like how it's like sneaking behind my. That tryhard 7 was like sneaking behind my play bar.
Okay, so let's say they're running like because this is a pretty common comp now, like a Hanzo Brogita.
Give me a map. Give me a map.
Let's just say like
Oh,
Oasis,
sorry.
for instance.
Okay, which point? Which point?
City center.
Alright, city center. Hold up.
Oh, they're cute.
Oh my god.
I mean, this isn't
Going
map
so
dependent.
fast.
This is just really a general question.
Right, but I still want to have ways of showing it.
My mace.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Go on.
So they got a Hanzo and a Brogita, and your team your team can't really pressure, like if we're running dive, can't pressure into the Brogita, right? 'Cause you don't want to. So I could shoot the Brogetta, but the Hanzo is gonna be there, and he's gonna be using Storm Arrow, and he's gonna shoot at
Kill
me.
your threats first.
So we have to kill the Hanzo before we get the Brogetta.
Yeah, you always
Okay.
kill your threats first.
Well, that was my question, because we always seem to be wanting to get the Brogetta first, and then the Hanzo's there, and when we can't, like I can't work around the Hanzo.
Well, it's pretty much just you that can fight the Hanzo, right? That's why like the rest of your team is going to be chilling, right? Like it's high pressure for your DPSs to do stuff, but like I mean they can do stuff anyway. Like that's just
So just one
they should
v
be, at
like
least.
2v6 into the Hanzo.
Well,
Yeah. They can't like fight. It's not even like a 2v6. It's like okay. So if they're running Brigida, they're usually going to be running a Reinhardt as well. And if they're running a Reinhardt, they're probably going to be running a Zarya, okay? If they're not running a Zarya, they're running a third DPS of some sort, right? Hanzo is not that threatening to you unless he takes really high position, like right here, on top of Nipple, or right here, okay? When you're running dive comp, you should be controlling this side of Nipple for that exact reason, because if their Hanzo gets up on top and tries to get frisky with your Pharah, you're able to push him and force him to drop down, and now your Pharah's safer, right?
okay, wait, I have a question. If
Yep.
the Hanzo takes the high ground by the jump pad and we're playing Nipple, do our tanks push him?
If he's alone, yeah.
Okay.
Like if they have Reinhardt and Zarya down here, and there's just a Hanzo up here, fuck yeah. Destroy that kid.
Okay, but don't chase him if he falls.
If he falls this way, and he's not low, don't chase him. Like, you should be able to gauge, like, okay, it pretty much, if he drops down here and gets to a certain point, like if he's close to his team, then you don't want to chase him, right? But if he just drops like here, or like drops back this way, then yeah, just chase him and kill him. Like, chase him until it's not safe to do so, pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, always kill your threats first and enable your win condition, which I go over in the video that I'll be sending you soon.
Is this one of the videos that you did for that, like, whole org thingy?
What? No, this is a video I did with Quiet Josh about main calling.
Can you send that to all of us? Because I'd like to watch it as well.
Sure, we'll watch it together when it's done. How about that?
Alright.
Let me ask him if it's almost done.
I'm gonna order pizza. Cause I got a free pizza.
Jealous.
Did you get a free Did you get a free pizza because you ordered Domino's the other day?
No, cause you ordered it.
Oh, okay. So I got you 2 meals.
No.
No, just one.
No, just one. You didn't use my account or anything. Oh,
I did use your account.
You did. Maybe, but I'm ordering from a different place where I know I have like free stuff.
Oh.
It's my favorite place.
Where?
Cottage Inn, and I don't know if it exists anywhere but Michigan, so good luck, fuckers.
It's probably gross anyway.
It's good. It's actually so fucking
Has the word cottage in it. Unless it's like a place to live in. Usually it's pretty bad. I haven't met anyone who likes cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese is
Cottage
gross.
is gross, but Cottage Inn, okay, hand.
Can you? Is it like an actual inn? Like, can you sleep inside of it?
No.
I don't trust it then.
Wait, is
Well,
it
fuck you.
is it okay hand skin tone 1 or okay hand skin tone 2?
What's the difference?
Oh, see, that's how you know you can't trust her. Like, it's simple.
Well, I don't know the difference.
Exactly. So like, how can I trust what you say?
Cupcake doesn't know the difference. She doesn't see color.
Dude. Okay, hand skin tone 5 is like the supreme, man.
You wait
It's
a
my
fuck,
favorite one.
boy.
What? Excuse me?
I didn't say anything.
You're from Michigan, okay? Don't come at my name.
I'm from Detroit. Hello.
Are you from Detroit?
Yes.
Like, okay, what side of Detroit though? That's the question.
No, I'm like 3 minutes out. But still.
Ah, right. Thought so. Yeah.
Me IRL. That hand.
Christ, what the?
You've never seen that?
Nope. Toxic's typing.
What the heck? Wow.
Down, kind of.
This is my favorite emote.
Fast moving ones are so funny.
I don't have nature. I'm not cool enough.
Get it.
What? No. I'm waiting till I'm partnered on Twitch so I get it for free.
I'm not in any Discords that have the peepo emotes though.
Wait, shouldn't your channel become partnered? It's really big.
No.
You need like 75 average viewers.
Yeah, you need 70 average viewers and you need at least 5k followers.
No, just on Discord.
On Discord, you can get partnered pretty easily.
On Discord you can get it. It has to be active, have more than 150 users or something.
Nani the fuck?
What?
Really?
What?
I don't even think
My
it's that
friend,
much.
the official Swedish OWASH Discord, they're partnered and they're not like super huge. They're bigger than them.
Yeah, I think you'd be
How do
Wait, Cupcake is bigger than the official Swedish.
Yeah, take
Is that what
that!
it said?
take that,
What?
Sweden?
Overwatch.
Are you serious?
I mean, I have